Hey everybody, welcome. So this is the book of Matthew of the Christian New Testament or Christian Bible, 28. And we're of course looking at this text because religious texts are really the only ones that have survived because of these ancient languages. Really, everyone was pretty much, let's say religion and everyday life was intertwined. So that's what we've got. So it's great. We've got English, we've got the vowels written in there. It helps a lot. And upon. So this is U, which is just an O on its own. And then there's a with an A, and then the L with a silent alif at the end. So wa'al. And True Faith, if she sees this on YouTube, can comment if I make any mistakes, which I surely will. I've only spent, as you guys know, a few hours learning this language. All right, so we have a look here. And why are we anxious concerning raiment? Consider the lilies of the field as they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. So this is the verse we're going to look at today. Right? And then wa'al, so and upon, right? And we know that this is classical Aramaic, which was the lingua franca along with classical Greek of the Byzantine Empire. And it was pervasive throughout the Middle East before Arabic came in from the south and took over. So L there, so it's L is like a directions towards something, and then that's a B with a dot underneath, so that should be a V. Okay, then there's an O, and that's a U sound. So Lavusho is a SH. That's the A, but it just takes the vowel of whatever's before it. So al vusho, so upon, okay, vusho, upon to vusho, and I don't know what vusho is. Someone will tell us in a sec, but we'll put it together as we do the sentence. Now this is mono. Now that should be, I actually don't know. So that's the N, and there's the two O vowels, it's O and O. These O's were lost in Arabic, of course. M and N, mono. Okay, and then here we have yospin. Yospin. Looks like it comes from the Yasap or Yasaf, which is the ancient Semitic word for he will add, where we get the name Joseph from, which turned into Yusuf in Arabic, and Joseph in Lebanon, and of course Joseph in Europe, and Giuseppe and everything else. So let's make sure. Now the dot's on top, so it's Yosfin. If the dot was underneath, it would be a P. Sorry. Or am I right? Or is it the other way around? Yospin. Let me think about this. No, I'm pretty sure if the dot was underneath, it would be a P. So no, the dot underneath makes it an F. Without it, it's a P. Sorry. So Yospin. It's hard because the professors teach it like that, but in everyday Aramaic, there's no more P. It's just gone to an F. Okay, so wa'al al-vusho, because that's a B with the dot underneath. So al-vusho, mono yospin. So upon these things of have been added to them. So let's see the English. If we go over here, why are you anxious concerning raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. Now this is A with a silent N because of the dash underneath, and then T-O-N, atun, you guys. All right. So you plural. It's hard to trace this. So there's the A, and then there's a silent N, and then there's this T, and you can tell because you have that strike underneath, which makes it silent, and then we've got this vowel U, and then we have the long vowel U, and then the N. So atun, right? And then we have here, that's an alif with an E on top. So put the alif with an E, or sorry, Olaf, they pronounce it in their language, sorry. And then that T has a thing underneath, so dot makes it a first sound. So eth, and then baqaw. Now I hope that's right. Eth baqaw. So there's the B, that's a qaf, and then that's a waw at the end. And there's an A vowel on top and another A vowel. So ba-a, and then qa, and then u-aw, baqaw, eth baqaw. All right. And the next one is here, and this is B, which is an in. So b, which is in. We'll figure this out together, guys. There's the SH, and then there's an O. So the reason you know it's an O is because it doesn't join. Otherwise, just if you look up here, it's a qaf because it does join. Actually, Arabic took that as well, that rule. So we have the U here. So this is pshu shane. So this is another SH. And then there's the N there with the E, and then there's that A vowel for the sha. So pshu shane. In, so in shushane, which I don't know what shushane means, but we will find out, and maybe it's the field. So consider lilies in the field, or it could be in raiment. I don't know. We'll see in a sec once we put it together. Now, when we have this first D here, it's an of. So here's the D, and underneath it's of. So okay, and this is davro. Okay, davro. Now I know that word, but it hasn't come to me. So there's the D again with the A vowel on top, and then that's a B, because the dot underneath becomes a V, even though they lost the V in modern Aramaic. There's the R. It looks like a D, the R, but it's got a dot on top instead of underneath. Davro. And then this is eikeno. Eikeno should be as. I know that word. It's from the Lord's Prayer. So there's the A, and then there's the Y here. And then there's the K. And then there's the N. Okay. So eikeno, as. And then we say rovion. Okay, rovion, or robion. But there's the R. and we know it's a V because there's the dot underneath, which turns the B into a V. Okay, Rovyon. Okay, of not. So there's the D again. And then lo, of not. Okay, loyon, loyon. So there is, that's the L and with an A there, or is it double L? I can't remember. True Faith will tell me, but it's either how they write the L or it's a silent Aleph, one or the other. Either way, it doesn't make a difference because there's the Y and the N, and there's the O vowel on top. So loyon. So of not, they toil not, probably. Of not, toil, and not, what's this? Oslon. So, nor do they spin, maybe? Because that's and, there, and then lo, which is not. Okay. And then we've got the here. Then we've got the Z. We have a vowel there. Now, with Arabic, they actually put the sukun here, which is where there's no vowel. But in Aramaic, you just have to know there's no vowel because there's no vowel on it. In most written Semitic, in Hebrew and possibly Amharic, I don't know, but definitely in Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic, they don't put the vowels generally. So it's hard to find them. That's why I'm using religious text, because it's sacred enough for them to keep the vowels in it. And that's the best way to learn. Okay, so Oslon. Okay, Oslon. And we don't know what that means yet, but that's the end of the verse. So it's probably spin. So lo, of not, loyon, and the on at the end is plural, talking about them, so it's talking about the lilies. So that makes me think that this word here, because it's after the as, and it's rovyon. So as, maybe lilies, of not, toil, and not spin. Maybe it is. How they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. How they grow. So it could be actually, no, because that comes from a ghabar, like rabbi. So that would be great. So that might be grow. So as, rovyon, they grow, as big are they, of not toil, of not spin. So that's what it is there. So, and then that would mean that lilies is this word, of dabro. So dabro would be lilies, or davro in the ancient Aramaic, davro. And then this one, shushane, in, shushane must be in the field. So shushane must be field. Okay. Eth vaqao. All right. So, atun, eth vaqao. So you guys consider in the field of lilies. Or it could be actually the other way. It could be lilies, shushane, because that's plural of something. So consider in lilies, which is of dabro or davro, field. That would make more sense. So you guys consider it in lilies of field. All right, so consider the lilies of the field. That would make more sense, which means that this word here, yospin, which is to add, and that would be raiment. Consider compensation. Because we know that that's the same root as yosep. Yospin, just take off the in, which is plural. Yosep, you get to add. So to add would be some sort of compensation, and that's the origin of the word Joseph. So, and we've seen it somewhere else before. I saw it somewhere else, which helps as well. And that's about it. That's our verse for today. Let's get back to and upon el vusho mono yospin. So and upon to something who is yospin. Well, you guys concerning raiment, I think that's what it is. And upon el vushe, so upon to anxiety of it to add. Maybe that's what it is. True Faith can make a comment on that, but at least we know the letters and we figured out the second half, which is pretty awesome. All right, until next time.
And until next time, don't forget to take life one smack at a time.